These are the rough stocks that I start with. 4/4 walnut. It's just under an inch thick, 7/8. So normally I plane off about a 1/16 from each side as part of the usual surfacing to get rid of the saw marks and get it all smoothed out and all that, to make 3/4 inch thick boards. I'm going to need a bunch of 1/2 inch boards, so I have to first resaw these into halves, and then after planing all the sides, I'll get one that's 1/2 inch thick and another that's 1/4 inch thick. So on the way up, I flexed the blade a bit too much, so it curved. So they're pretty flat. Towards the last 3 inches, this one ended up being convex, and this one concave, which is fine. It's within the thickness tolerance, so I can plane these out. This is what it ends up looking like. It's a lot of work for these 1/2 inch boards. I think if they sold them like this, I'd probably buy them instead and not bother with all that processing. But the place that I get them, the thinnest that they sell, that's all surfaced, is 3/4. So I got all the drawer parts picked out. 1/2 inch walnut for the front and back, 1/2 inch poplar for the two sides, and 1/4 inch Baltic birch for the bottom, which will fit in here and here once I cut out the dado. I'm leaving about 5/8 of a millimeter of material past the cut line because I want to square them up on the shooting board. The pieces are going to be dovetailed, so the most important part is to make sure all the edges are truly square and to each other. So this gives me the exact width of the sides, and then I'm going to mark that on the front piece. And then I'll take the width of the front, transfer that to the side, especially the edges. I'm not a big fan of dovetails. I don't particularly care for the way they look. In the old days, dovetails were considered unsightly, and they came up with various ways to hide them, one of which was the secret dovetail, where it was a dovetail on the inside, but on the outside it was a regular miter joint. Nowadays, dovetails are considered a sign of craftsmanship and quality, and I understand where that comes from. I guess I just don't care for the way they look. I think it makes everything looks like it's made out of zippers. And the more pins you have, the more zipper-like it looks to me. So I'm putting the minimum amount possible, which is 2. most woodworkers for a width this size would put about 3 or maybe even 4. And then I'm going to cut this on the line at about 10 degrees. So before I transfer the cut line, I'm going to offset this by the width of the kerf. And then I'm going to guide the saw blade into the cut line and transfer that angle to the bottom piece. So this pull saw, I actually cut off the first ½ inch or so at the front so that the tooth runs right to the edge. And then offset it by the saw kerf in the other direction and do the same thing. And there's the next cut line. And now I just continue that cut down to the marking line. Next, I use the marking line to register the chisel and then drive it down, but not all the way. So you don't want to drive this down all the way on one side because then you'll have blowouts on the other side. So now I'm going to clean. Just try fitting this for now. Normally you'd glue this first and then shave off the height difference and the marking line. So there's one joint done. It should look even tighter once I glue it. Anyways, I'm gonna take this off now and then do this 3 more times.